How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have Shinegreymon going up against Grandracmon. Grandracmon is, one of the new decks that Purple got in BT9. It's something that I am personally really interested in and a deck that I will build in the future. So I was happy to play against the young Tim from Locals who showed me his build, some really cool ideas for the deck, and we'll like to show this to you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed the match. On my side we're playing Shine. I'm still tweaking the Shine deck quite a bit. In this variation we're playing a lot more hybrids. And I even have more ideas in the future of how to change it. So we're gonna go into a quick level 5 from the Grandrac side. Just gonna use the blocker there for the cheap resolution. And then going into the deck's Greymon, who is a really powerful Digimon. If you Digivolve into him from the trash, he can pop level 4s, which is nice. And then as you see, one Digivolve, you can trash one to gain a memory. He's gonna be swinging, using the effects to trash and discard. Hidden into a Zoe or securities full of tamers, obviously. In this case, I just played a Zoe, so I know my security has no hybrids. Gonna go into a Rush Gato in the back. So the Rush Gato is really cool. It's one of the tech cards that Tim was showing me because Dark Gato is a dark animal, so it can actually be Digivolved from the trash with Rush, which is really cool. We go into a Rise Gray X, but sadly I do not have the tamer to back it up. A bit unfortunate, but such is life. He's gonna be swinging and just using his inheribles to fuel his trash with everything he's gonna need for the future, right? Getting the discards from the baby, does it into a Sunrise Buster, which lets me play a tamer. Now I don't have a tamer, but we have 2 tamers, so we can -6 as in DP the Gato, which is really good there. Definitely gonna slow him down by quite a bit. We see the Deathxmon, who confirmed is a purple Digimon, and he is gonna take to his hand. As we go wide with tamers, the Death X is something we definitely need to be careful about. The Rise gets plus 1000 DP for every tamer, so he can pretty much swing over everything. He's such a powerhouse. We're going to use Reinforcing to put a TK on top of my security and then take a Rise to my hand. Really solid setup, right? We have 2 tamers. We can guarantee a TK next time he swings. We have extra memory to work with. And a Rise Gray X already on the board. Pretty solid stuff. He's going to be building in the back, trying to get that good stack going. He also has purple memory to work with, so he can ensure that next time he races up, he should have a pretty powerful play, right? By now he's been able to draw on this card quite a bit, and as you can see, his trash is definitely set up. So this deck, you want to Digivolve from the trash, which is really cool mechanic. Once you see a Digimon that's in your trash, you can Digivolve into it over and over. I'm definitely a fan of it, and the Grandracmon can then let you Digivolve other Digimon for free, which is nice. He goes into a memory boost and then pops the other one just to memory choke me, which seems reasonably okay. Like I was saying, making sure he can end at level 5, so that next turn he has a guaranteed power play. The Shine Gray deck needs, stuff to clear, but with the Rise, we can always swing a security, feel relatively safe. We don't have +1 check just yet, but the damage still counts. Sadly, we do hit into a 12k, so it is going to take it out. We're going to use a Reinforce, just because otherwise I just wouldn't have a good turn at all. But this way we can at least go into a Kase, and at least go into another Rise and set up another Tamer. I feel like this is pretty okay. He's going to have to swing to get his effects, guaranteeing me a TK. So I feel like that's good enough. He's going to go with the purple memory, going to swing, can use the effect with the Matador, can Digivolve into the trash for a discounted cost, which is nice. You see he also plays Golfmon, which is undead, so it shares the synergy with all the deck. So you can Digivolve into a Grandracmon for 3. When Digivolve, you can play a Digimon from the trash. You do get the unplay as well, so if you get the Dracmon, you get that sweet unplay. And Dracmon has that great inheritable to let you Digivolve. Dracmon lets you find your pieces and fill up your trash, which is pretty good. And then at the end of the attack, it is going to be a TK, we knew that. He's going to be able to Digivolve the Dracmon into a Digimon for free. So you can see how that's, pretty solid stuff. And as we're talking about, the Rush Gato is a Digimon you can go into. So we can essentially get an extra attack right away. And definitely some cool synergy there. Can go into a variety of different things though. Gonna go into the Dex Daruga to gain the blocker and retaliation, and also gain a memory. So not only is the Digimon for free, but also gain a memory on top of that, which I dare say is pretty cool. Now we still have the Rise, and I'm gonna go to 3 because of the TK. So I'd say we're still in a pretty decent spot, right? Plus, now that we're at 3 security, our dual tamer is going to proc and give us another memory to work with as well. I guess he's debating where he should be Digivolved into a Deathxmon or just hard playing it, which I don't know, it's maybe too expensive just to clear a body, right? Gonna just hard play another Dracmon and pass quite a bit of memory. So we have a pretty good turn. We also took a Pitamon from our security, so we can Digivolve over the Patamon to guarantee we're gonna get that sweet inheritable. We go into the Rise X. We can use this effect to play a Tamer and give -2 for each Tamer, so that's 8, which is enough to take out the champion, getting rid of the blocker retaliation, which makes it easy for us to swing. Because we have the Luisthepanda under it, when Rise X swings, it's gonna be 2 checks. And with our dual tamer, you know, we're essentially 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and his security gets -2. So we're pretty safe against just about everything. After that, we can go into a Shinegreymon, and because we have 3 tamers left unsuspended, we can still take out the Dracmon. So a really solid turn. We're able to clear the majority of his board and then memory choke him to 1. You can see this is exactly what we want to do with the Rise deck. We can use the X antibody to, you know, go for some early aggression, use the Rise Inheritable to get a lot of damage, and then still have the Shinegreymon on top of that to clean up the rest of the board. I do like the Shinegray deck quite a bit, and I'm still thinking about, you know, other ways to make it better. One thing I'm thinking about right now is playing the Yellow Wargreymon to be able to swing twice with the Rise Gray Inheritable. The Yellow Wargreymon should be pretty good with the Dual Tamer because, like, his biggest weakness is dying in security, right? We see a Jack Raid coming out, but at this point I think that he's just too little, too late, right? He can Digivolve over the Dracmon, and then when swinging can still Digivolve from the trash, which is okay, right? It's fine, it's good, it's not bad, it's just not good enough at this point, right? He can Digivolve into, I believe, a Dex Doru Gray, which would then pop the Pitamon, which is not bad at all. Then we'd still have Shine left over with +1 security, and Shine would be, you know, like 15,000. He's gonna use the effect, yeah. Go into the 5, because Digivolve from the trash, he can, when Digivolve, gain a memory, and then pop my stack. My security is buffed by the Zoe, so the Rise Gray at 7k is actually 10k, and it is enough to kill his level 5, which is unfortunate for him. Then after this, we get a bunch of memory for a Dual Tamer, Rise can swing for 2 checks, and then we have Hybrid for game. So a pretty solid game 1. I think you could see in that game, you know, the strategies of both decks, what they're trying to do. We saw the Grandrac combo be pretty cool, but Shine is just so good at the clapback, being able to answer those boards, right? The Shine with the Rise Gray X is just pretty powerful. We're gonna go into a Zephyrmon, pretty expensive for a champion, but honestly it's fine in situations where, like, we get to Digivolve on the back and then memory choke, pretty acceptable. Then we're trying to just get into a 5 so we can go into our Rise Greymons and start playing those Tamers for free. He's going to be setting up the Matador for 3 in the back, and like I said, we're going to go straight into the Rise Gray, start setting up those Dual Tamers. So with his setup, he can swing, get, you know, draw 1, discard, then discard for the baby again, and then use the effect to Digivolve from the trash. So it's pretty good that he can Digivolve at discounted cost. So in this case, I believe he's going to Digivolve into the Dex Dogura, the level 6. And when he's Digivolve from the trash, you get to delete the lowest level. So in this case, if we only have level 5, the level 5 is going to get deleted. That's really a really strong effect. On top of that, the level 6 has an effect that when it's deleted, you get to play a rookie from the trash. And if you have enough Dexes in the trash, you actually could just summon a Deathxmon for free, which is really sick. I think that's one of the highest power plays the deck can make. And I'm definitely interested to try and build that deck myself. If you guys are messing with the Drac and Grandracmon engine, let me know how it's working out for you guys, because I'm definitely very interested in that deck. We're going to play a Dual Tamer to just memory choke him to 1. And he's going to just start building another stack. The level 6 is also 13k, so like he's pretty good to just swing at security, not be too scared of anything. If he does swing, it is going to pass through quite a bit of memory because of our Dual Tamer though, so you have to be careful against yellow, you know, these Tamer decks. Gonna be discarding just to get some cycle, make sure his trash is, you know, set up for the future. Gets into a Rise. And then gonna go blocker Debbie in the back to ensure that he has a good play for next turn, even if the Dex Doruga is cleared, right? Thinking about setting up the Tamer, yeah, gonna put me to 4, and then he can grab back. Didn't really see what he took there, but we get quite a bit of memory, like I said, 1 and 1 for each Tamer. Plus we have the yellow memory boost as well. Only 2 Tamers to work with is not the greatest, but our deck can play Tamers for free with a variety of effects. I'm gonna go into a Casamon for 2. And then Rise. All of our level 5s are Rise. Actually, I do have one Jet Sylphie in this build, but you know, with 8 Rise Greymons, we can always play so many Tamers for free. As you see here, we get to play even more free Tamers. Just like that, in one turn we get 2 free Tamers. The Rise Grey X is gonna get +1 security, and he's currently at 12,000 DP, which is pretty juicy. Not enough to take out the 13k just yet though, right? But we are allowed to swing at security, getting some Upa draw. Want to make sure that we can still suspend the Tamer, just to make sure that we absolutely do not die to anything in security, right? And then the Shine is enough to clear because the Rise X had already minus 8,000 DP, right? So pretty good. He does get the rookie on deletion, but honestly it's not too bad. We're able to answer the stack. As you saw though, he did get quite a bit out of the level 6. Being able to clear my level 5 stack, going to a pretty powerful level 6 for this kind of cost. And then when I finally dealt with it, he got a rookie for free out of it. It's too early in the game for him to get the free Death-Xmon, but if you can imagine, you know, if your level 6 stack dies and you get a free level 7 out of it, like that's pretty good, I would say. Gonna go into a Matador in the back, and he can once again swing and then Digivolve into a level 6. Like I was trying to tell you guys at the start, you know, once you've seen a level 6 in this deck, because you're Digivolve from the trash, you can essentially just, you know, use that resource over and over again, which is pretty cool. Still gonna get his draw and discard effects, make sure he has all the DP he needs. Can discard a Shinegreymon, put it under the Gassi just to make sure. And once again, yeah, going into the 6, which is gonna clear the Shinegray for free. He does hit into a Ticket card, which passes over 1,000,000 memory. So at this point, because we're each at 3 security or less, I'm just gonna get like 10 memory every single turn, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, right? The amount of memory this deck can get per turn is actually absurd. And I've really grown to like the red and yellow dual tamer. So I'm actually about to make a big misplay here. So the Rise Greymon X antibody reduces DP -2 for every tamer. Shine is -4 and Sunrise is -3. But in this play, I mistake the Sunrise for -2k. Although it's actually -3, so this Sunrise would be enough to clear the level 6. In the game that we played, I thought it was -2, so it did not clear it. But I put him to 1000 DP. Although it should have just cleared the level 6. But because he's at supposedly 1000 DP, we can go to a Casamon. And then once I swing, we can tap our dual tamer and give it the extra -1000 that we would be missing. I don't think the misplay actually changes the outcome of the game, but just so you guys know what happens, you know, like the set is brand new, we're still learning the new cards. Mistakes do happen. I always try and play my best, you know, make sure I'm reading all the cards and getting used to everything. But sometimes, you know, it is just a lot of cards we have to learn, right? But that's a lot of the fun of the game as well. Wait into a Jack Rid in security. I popped the memory boost, but he does have a Gatsumon out, so again, it is another misplay, you know. A bit sloppy here, but we're gonna honor and not get the memory and still charge the boost. And I go into reinforce just to get one more and ensure that we are safe for next turn in case you can get an extra swing or something. Because like I was saying, we're pretty much gonna go to 10 memory next turn no matter what, and I feel relatively safe. We have the Armadillo in the back and just way too many tamers to work with. He did get another rookie from the on deletion though. We're gonna swap out these janky Rise Greymons for the fancy ones. Shoutouts to our boy Daniel who gave them to me, so thank you Daniel. I love me some shiny Digimon cards. Right now I'm hunting down all the BT9 altars, which is a lot of fun. I won't get every altar, but you know, there's a lot of decks that I play and I like to get the altars. It just makes the game more enjoyable for me. Absolutely love the art in this game. They do such a good job with the alt arts. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite alt art from this set? So he's gonna go Jack Raid. He has quite a bit of memory to work with. In this case, you know, he's not Digimon from the trash, so he's not actually gonna get the effects, which is a bit of a downside. You definitely want to try and just Digivolve from the trash in this deck if you are able to. Gonna just swing over the Casamon though. And I remember the Gassi also has the Shinegreymon underneath. But doesn't have a ton of memory to work with. Just has to clear my board. And at this point, like, the tamers just don't do enough, right? He could play a Death-Xmon, which is like super discounted because we have so many tamers. But like, I don't have a board, so it wouldn't actually do anything, right? It would just be like a dumb 15k beater. Its end of turn effect on my turn maybe would slow me down, but you would imagine that I could just go into a shine or something and clear it, right? So it's actually not that big of a deal there. Thinking of like what is the best play you could do to set up for next turn. Maybe it's Digimon in the back. just to make sure that he can do something crazy. But as I said, we pretty much just go to 10 memory no matter what, which is pretty crazy. We can bust out the Armadillo, go into a Rapidmon to clear the dumb Gassimon, so that now we can use a reinforced memory boost and not have to fear any more memory stopping shenanigans. You can go into the Rise to once again play another Tamer for free, have 4 the dual Tamer, pretty good. Pop the memory, go into a Dynas here. I just need any level 6 because we're trying to get the +1 security check, and by tapping our Tamer, security is essentially 0 DP more or less, and then that's going to be a hybrid for game. A pretty fun match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching.